Bonnie, this celebration stems from the great appreciation our church has for your contributions and talents over the years. You are truly loved by all. I recently learned, I kind of Googled Bonnie, and I learned that she began playing the piano and singing at age 2. And she was suspected by her older sister's music teacher of having the gift of perfect pitch. And I thought that was really interesting. So she began her formal classical piano lessons at age 3.
Wow.
And her love of folk music led to a degree in ethnomusicology in 1977. So she's pretty amazing, but we all know that, Bonnie.
Thank you.
Now I'd like to introduce Peter Grace, who's going to open the celebration with a song.
And if everyone could put themselves on mute, please.
Let me see if I can. There.
Well, it was 20 years ago today. Miss Bonnie came here to play. Well, she's never gone out of style, and we're glad that she stayed a while. So I'm pleased to introduce to you the gal we've known for all these years, Bonnie and a UU choir and band. And we're so glad that she's still here. Hi, Bonnie.
Great. One of your special tributes, musical tributes.
Gonna love the Beatles.
Yeah, that's right. I would expect that from you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
All right, I'd like to introduce Barbara Rosen, our immediate past president of the board and current head of the Sunday Service Committee. Barbara will now say a few words.
This is Bonnie Whitehurst celebration, 20 years of beautiful music. Before the sinkhole, Bonnie at the piano watching the story for all ages. Bonnie playing guitar with a song, Circle in the Social Hall. The sinkhole years at the Walton Center, Bonnie was a real sport during these years. She had to bring her own instruments every Sunday, then pack it up and take it all home. She managed to keep the choir going. The choir sounded great even when there were fewer of them. She seemed to know how to pick pieces that would bring out the best of their talent. Returned to campus spring and summer 2019. Sanctuary full of people singing a hymn on a Sunday morning. Enjoyed having the Innis Paintings again. Choir singing on stage. Spring and summer 2019, Bonnie performing with guitar on stage. Pre-COVID 2020, packing in the crowds at the peak of tourist season pre-COVID. The Innis Paintings were away for termite treatment, but we were surrounded by cheerful artwork by Bill and Karen. The choir had to sit on stage to make enough room in the house for the season's audience. The house at the height of the season.
That's a great picture.
Choir members got frontline seats to all the action, including the story for all ages. Marny played creative, high energy, joyful music that got us all up and out of our seats. Everyone loved it. And Bonnie looks happy too. Starting March 29th, without the ability to meet in person and without a minister, we relied heavily on Bonnie as our professional worship leader. She adjusted quickly to doing everything through Zoom from her home and selecting music that tied the services together. We love you, Bonnie, and have enjoyed 20 years of your beautiful music.
Thank you so much. That was a lot to prepare. I love the pictures.
Tom did a great job putting all those pictures together and that beautiful music. Thanks to everyone, and thank you, Bonnie.
Yeah, that was great. That was fabulous.
Thanks, Barb. Bonnie, your harp playing is so incredibly beautiful. Oh, I just love it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Barbara. Now, Greg Rosasco and current and former choir members will now present a tribute to Bonnie.
I wanted you to know your sheer talent and your keen ability to welcome all to make a joyful noise has made being in the choir for me one of the highlights of my week, and I truly miss it. You inspire and motivate. You draw the best from whoever shows up. And I really appreciated your loving kindness toward Bill as his memory declined. He always felt included and respected. The continuity of your musical ministry over the past 20 years continues to bless our spiritual community in so many new and different ways. For all of this, I am, and I know that everyone who hears you and is a part of this process is most grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, Ellie.
Bonnie lives here in Tarpon. Our Bonnie plays music for church. She's played for us UUs for 20-some years. And now we say thank you to her. Bonnie, Bonnie, we sing this song to honor you. Bonnie, Bonnie, we thank you for all that you do.
Thank you, Bonnie. You're awesome.
Thank you. Hey, Donna, you learned how to play ukulele.
For New York. Congratulations on your 20 years with Tarpon UU. As a fellow musician, I know what it takes to do what you do, and you are amazing. So glad that you are the music director, because that's one of the reasons that I really love to keep coming back every winter to UU of Tarpon. So congratulations, enjoy the day, and hope to see you soon.
Thank you.
Our Bonnie is always uplifting. She sings and plays beautifully. She's been the true constant of UU. We always will join her with glee. Thank you, thank you, thank you, dear Bonnie. We're grateful to you. Thank you, thank you. We really love you. This is Lois from Delaware. Sincerely, thank you.
Thanks so much, Lois. Beautiful sunflowers.
Hello, Bonnie.
Hi there.
So we say thank you for the music, the song we're singing. Thank you for the joy you're bringing.
He's one of my favorite
Who
people.
could live without it? We ask honesty. What could life be without a song? What are we? So we say thank you for the music, for bringing it to us.
Happy 20th. Happy 20th anniversary, Bonnie.
Thank you from Virginia.
Thank you so much. Oh my goodness.
Bonnie, I'm just one of many for whom joining the UU Church of Tarpon Springs was in no small part a result of your wonderful music and your wonderful gifts. So, I'm so grateful, grateful for you. Yes, I'm grateful to be a UU, and I'm grateful for the choir too. So I'm grateful, oh yes, grateful for you. Thank you, Bonnie.
Thanks, Greg.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you, everyone. At this time, I'd like to introduce Kathy Stevens. She joined the church in 2002 and
Recording this, you can see it.
and served on the worship committee among other roles. She heads our amazing quilters. She's a former church president, former choir member. Kathy will share some memories of Bonnie's earlier years. Kathy?
Good. Okay. Well, I really want to thank you for letting me honor Bonnie today, because she's really a very important part of the church and the evolution of our music program. As you said, I joined the church along with my parents and my husband, Alan, in 2002. So I thought it important to talk with somebody older, somebody who'd been in the church longer than I had. So I talked with Betty Hendrickson. Now, Betty and Carol McIntyre were the co-chairs of the music and the concert committees. And they were given the task of finding a new music director. So they put ads in the paper and interviewed some people, but just didn't find the right person. Then they heard a rumor that Bonnie might be interested in the job. So when they interviewed her, she had all the talent that they were looking for. Not only does she have a beautiful soprano voice, but she plays instruments that I don't even recognize. And she has a wide variety of music, both sacred and secular. So she has proven over the last 20 years to be the perfect choice. My stepfather, Morris Moldawan, was very familiar with Bonnie's music because he would attend the High Holy Days, the holidays at Ruth Eckerd Hall, where she would perform during the Jewish calendar. So he knew about Bonnie before we joined, and that, like Greg, that's one of the reasons we joined this particular UU church. At the time, we had the minister and the music director worked an academic year. So they were there from October to the end of April. And that was, I guess, fairly common back then in smaller UU churches. So that meant during the summer, the sanctuary wasn't air conditioned. So the members of the congregation would gather in the social hall where it was air conditioned. And not all the meetings were religious by any stretch of the imagination. I remember one of them being a slideshow of interesting doors in New England. And well, that's nice. That's not really very religious. We were snowbirds at the time, but then now that we're permanent residents here in Florida, we started attending, and the first Sunday that I was a worship associate, the guy presenting said, well, when it's time for music, just press the play button on the tape recorder. So I pressed the play button on the tape recorder, and it was some beautiful classic piece, I don't know, Bach or Beethoven. And, you know, it was going on and on and on. And so finally I just pressed the stop button because, you know, we couldn't listen to it the whole time. And then he presented his thing, and then it was time for music again. And I pressed the play button, and it started with that same piece that went on and on and on. And I knew we wanted to stop at some point for coffee. So I pressed again in the middle of the piece and stopped the music. And then at that time, the board didn't meet during the summer. They thought, well, you know, there was really no reason to meet because there was no church. And they didn't realize that 3/4 of the members of the church were not snowbirds. Let's see. After this difficult experience with the tape recorder, we found some UU Church of Oakland CDs, and we started playing those during the summer. And that was at least UU music. So it was something better than what we'd had before. Our music really has evolved over the last 20 years. When the board of directors asked the worship committee to define us as a year-round church, that meant we were conducting meetings even when there wasn't a minister present. We added this new hymnal, Singing the Journey, so that we'd have more music to sing from. And then we started hiring ministers who worked full-time, which was really a wonderful thing for the rest of us. The worship committee successfully got the board to change Bonnie to a year-round music director, and then Bonnie restarted the church choir. For me, and with apologies to any ministers who might be listening, there are services where Bonnie's music has moved me more than the sermon. Her vast repertoire can bring tears or laughter. She finds music that fits very well to the sermon topic, working closely with the minister, and often finding humor in the process. I remember one sermon by Marny that was on gossip. I don't know why we needed to talk about gossip, but Bonnie played a song for Music Man. And after playing a bit from my seat in the congregation, I sang, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more. And it was really kind of a fun thing. It wasn't at all like the old services that I had when I was a Presbyterian. Bonnie inspired our little choir to stretch well beyond what we were comfortable with and familiar. She chose songs that some of us hummed all the rest of the week, and she welcomed our ideas. A great music teacher, Bonnie brings the best out in all of us. And Bonnie has been able to adapt to the more difficult times in the life of this congregation. When the sinkholes were found on the campus, we moved the services to the Elks Club in Tarpon, which at times included the aroma of stale beer and maybe other things, I don't know. But fortunately, we were able to then find the community center, and that was a much cleaner, a brighter place, although not really warm in atmosphere like our church is. Bonnie, ever the trooper, would lug her keyboard and her harp sometimes and went on as though everything was normal, and we really appreciated that. Her performances shine in the sanctuary surrounded by those beautiful Innes paintings. And she's adapted to this pandemic in a beautiful way, and we thank you. Bonnie, we thank you for the joy you bring us. You are truly a treasure and a blessing to our church. Thank you, Bonnie.
Thank you, Kathy. Thanks very much. And I miss seeing you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. Reverend, we have today Reverend Bob Murphy, Minister Emeritus of our church, and his lovely wife, Linda Zell. Lynn sang in the choir for some time, and both would also like to say a few words.
Oh, it's good to see all of you. It's really wonderful. And I agree very much with Kathy Stevens. My experience as a minister there were many Sundays when Bonnie's music really brought the entire service together. And there were sometimes I thought maybe the sermon was just a footnote. And I said that to the congregation. Bonnie, you are a treasure. You're really outstanding. And I've been in the ministry for a few years, and I think you're the best. And it was always a delight to be with you and with the congregation and the choir. One quick story, and this is also ties to what Kathy Stevens said. A couple of months ago, I was with some Jewish friends, and I mentioned my involvement with Tarpon Springs, and immediately they said, Bonnie Whitehurst. This is in St. Petersburg, Bonnie Whitehurst. And Bonnie, you're well known throughout Pinellas County and probably well beyond Pinellas. And they even showed me a copy of the Jewish history of Pinellas County, and you are indeed mentioned. So you're a celebrity in many places and very, very much appreciated. I'm not Jewish. As Irish American, though, I appreciate the harp. And the harp music was always a delight, and it was wonderful to hear your harp music again today. And I just say thank you again and again. I wish I could sing a song, but I'm going to pass on that. There's been a lot of good songs already. And but Lynn is here, and Lynn has a poem and a few words. Thank you.
Thank you,
This
Bob.
is Ode to a Choir Director by Patricia Tysick. Choir is the unity of a single person with another. It binds together with music and drives away the sour notes of self-centeredness with the sweet sounds of harmony, and the individuality is maintained. It is enhanced with the diversity of a group. And so in end, everyone shines with beaming hearts and open minds. And we all love to sing for you. It was great. Thanks, Bonnie.
Thank you, Ben.
Okay.
Thanks so much, both of you. It's great to see you.
Thank you so much. It's really great to see you both. Reverend Marny Harmony has served as an interim minister at our church in the past. She continues to be a close friend and supporter of our congregation and would like to share a few words of appreciation for Bonnie.
Hi, Bonnie.
Hi.
I just have to say what a privilege it was for me to spend my 2 years in Tarpon, which I loved, as you all know, and to realize I also loved you from the very beginning. I have to say Bob said it a little bit, but it's a minister's dream to have a musician like you. Every week, really, I would send you the topic, like sometimes, I always tried to be maybe a month or maybe 2 months ahead. And I would send you some thoughts, and I would at least tell you the hymns I was thinking about. And you'd come back with these amazingly perfect music to expand the message in the way that only music can. And I was awed sometimes, and I'd go and listen to this piece of music that I'd never heard of and hadn't even crossed my mind that it might work in that service. So what a joy it was. And I loved our almost weekly meetings to talk about music, and doing the never willing to bring out my own instrument, but still enjoying the music circles that you created, and pretty much everything that you did. Your love of music, your incredible range of and knowledge of different musical genre, musical styles, and of course all of the instruments. What a joy. It's like sometimes it felt like having 5 or 6 different music directors all compressed in this one wonderful. So I'm just delighted to be able to say thank you for 2 amazing years for me, and how much I miss you. And again, what a privilege it is for ministers to get to work with you. So thank you, Bonnie.
Thank you so much, Marny.
Now to bring us to the present, our new minister, Reverend Christina, will say a few words.
I want to add to what Reverend Marny just said. So my home congregation minister, our music director, is a brilliant musician, knows how to play many instruments. He's his own folk singer and songwriter, and also is a music teacher. And I was sure that if I ever went into parish ministry, I was spoiled. I had been so spoiled with him that I was never going to be satisfied with another music director. And I just want to say what a blessing it has been to come into parish ministry and to have a music director as gifted and talented and just so brimming with joy for music and with the passion of Unitarian Universalism and the sense that this truly is a ministry, because it is. And it makes such a difference. And I am just so grateful to have this opportunity to work with you and to get to experience the joy that you bring to each service. And every time we do a service together, there's at least one piece where I'm like, that one in particular really spoke to me. But I know overall, all of them speak to everyone. And it has been just such a blessing. And I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, Bonnie.
Thank you, Reverend.
To show our appreciation to Bonnie, we have some gifts. Bonnie, is your husband available? Is Doug there?
I think so.
He's here.
So Doug, if you would be presenter with our gifts,
Okay.
we'd be grateful.
Oh.
You can go ahead whenever you're ready.
First one is a card.
Oops. I can't get it off. Says, Bonnie, we are thrilled to celebrate your time with us. 20 years of challenges and changes. You stayed with us to make our weekly services so special. We hope you will continue for many years to come. Our love, members and friends of the UUCTS. I always tell people that out of all of my jobs that I have, I love this one the best because I get to be the most creative. And so I really thank you for that. The Catholics only want their hymns, you know, their 4 little hymns and their mass parts, but it's in the UU church where I get to be really creative. So I really thank you for that. Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna keep this in the box only because but the second is
Oh, how beautiful.
floral arrangement.
Oh, that is gorgeous. Oh, yum. Oh, it's so pretty for the season. I hope you can all see that. How beautiful. Oh, this is going on my dining room table the minute this is over. That's so pretty.
It's beautiful just like you.
Thank you. Thank you. I hope everybody gets a chance to see that. Just gorgeous. Thank you so much. I also did get a very nice handwritten poem from Charlene Hogue, which is Charlie, isn't it? So.
Next.
Oh my goodness.
Is a piano planter.
Oh, how darling.
That's great. See that.
The keys to my heart. That is beautiful. And if you've ever been to my house, you know I love plants. Oh, that's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Where'd you find that box? That's wonderful.
And last but not least, my favorite.
Oh,
A chocolate cake.
Chocolate cake. You can all come over with masks, and I'll take tongs, and I'll just give you all a piece of this. Wow, this is fantastic. Chocolate, of course. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you so much. Oh goodness. Luckily, we are having a little company to help us eat this today. Oh, I really appreciate everything. Thank you. This is way beyond my expectations of what this would be today.
Well, you're not finished, Bonnie.
Oh, I'm
No, we're not finished. That was not the last gift. The quilting program is a unique feature of this particular church, and no special event would be complete without marking it with a quilt. Bonnie's been a constant source of joy and harmony in our worship services. So to thank her, the quilters have made a quilt, and I don't know, somehow they'll show you a picture of it.
Oh, wow. That is beautiful.
That is something.
You know, I was recording in the church this past week, and I saw, as I was leaving the church, I saw, you know, Donna's dresses, the big thing about all the quilts and all the things you have sent all over the world. And it made me so sad that that program hasn't been going on. And oh, wow, that is beautiful. That's gorgeous.
How did they make that? Jeez.
Quilted with Love for Bonnie Whitehurst in appreciation for 20 years of joyful and inspiring music, Unitarian Universalist Church, Tarpon Springs, 2020. And look at that harp. That's so pretty. It's so pretty. That's beautiful. Oh, goodness. So many gifts and so many lovely words. Thank you to everyone. Thanks so much.
The quilt is amazing. It's unbelievable.
Well, I don't know what you heard. I want to make sure that everybody knows. The quilt was designed by June Colbert, who's one of the founding mothers of our quilting program. And June is a professional quilter. She's an author, a lecturer, and a designer. And all of her pieces are really art quilts. The fabric chosen includes images of lots of different instruments, mirroring Bonnie. Oh, there it is, mirroring Bonnie's special talents with a wide variety of instruments. I did the piecing and quilting and literally stitched love and harmony into the quilt. You'll be able to see that in person when you see it, Bonnie. The label contains an image of a harp, and it reads, "Quilted with love for Bonnie Whitehurst in appreciation for 20 years of joyful and inspiring music. Unitarian Universalist Church, Tarpon Springs, 2020. Bonnie, we know you will feel our love when you snuggle under this gift." Thank you, Bonnie.
Definitely. It's going into my music room.
Good.
After I take it to school for one day.
Jane, excuse me, can I just say something real quick to answer Bonnie about seeing the quilt? The quilting has not stopped. Kathy Stevens has set up her house. When you walk in her door, she has tables and risers. So we're still quilting. And Bonnie, to let you know, dresses are still going. I am approaching the number of 1,700 this year, with 700 delivered this year and almost 1,000 at my house. So as soon as things open up next year, I'm ready to push them out. But Jenny took some to Bali, Indonesia this year. They're on their way to Kenya. We got them, Susan got them to Mexico, and then a lot of local charities like Metropolitan Ministries, Hispanic Outreach. So nothing has stayed still, just to let you know. I want you to know that because I can't sing and I can't go to school, I've been sewing. So
and learning ukulele.
I've got a long way to go. I'll do better. I'll get better. But anyway, the mission goes on and nothing's at a standstill. And please be in touch about this choir meeting at church because we're really interested.
Okay, we'll have a talk about it and try to figure out a safe way to do it.
Let's do it. Okay, thank you, Bonnie. Thank you, Jane.
Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to thank Rod Merton, Tom Ahrens, Mark Hopkins, and Peter Grace for their contributions for this little celebration. They were behind the scenes. They helped organize this event. So thank you all. You know, so now what we're going to do is we're going to open the floor to those who want to make any additional comments or want to say anything special to Bonnie. Kathy Hopkins will start us off by sharing a brief memory. Kathy Hopkins, are you there? Did I lose her?
There we go. Sorry, I was on mute. One of the things that I appreciate about Bonnie is that she really cares about our church. This isn't just a job to her. And I remember one time we had a bring your own bucket work day to prepare to reopen the sanctuary. And Bonnie was there vacuuming the floor. And I went up to her and said how weird it was to see her doing something other than being on the stage performing music. And she smiled and she said, yes, she can play the vacuum too.
Takes lots of wind.
So over 20 years, Bonnie has seen our best and our worst. She feels our highs and lows with us. So I thank you, Bonnie, for hanging in there with us. We truly do love you.
Thank you.
Bonnie, I love that you play music for the Catholic Church, for the Jewish, for the Unitarian. I love that you do that. It's so great.
Thanks.
About or to Bonnie, you can go ahead and raise your hand now, and we'll do it one at a time if that's okay. So is there anybody in the group who would like to say anything else to Bonnie?
Big cheer and many thank yous.
Yes.
Thank you, Barbara.
Thank you, Bonnie.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, you're amazing. So now everybody unmute, and all together, let's just say how much we love Bonnie, or congratulations, but let's do it all at the same time. So whatever you want to say, just say it on 3. 1, 2, 3.
You're an inspiration.
We love you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What a treat.
See you soon, hopefully.
Yes.
Yes.
Thanks, everyone.
Stay safe and well.
Enjoy your flowers.
Yes,
Oh,
and the
yes.
cake.
And the cake.
And cake.
Have a great Sunday.
Plan.
Sunday.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for making our Sundays beautiful.
Yes.
Yes.
Very special.
Thank you.
Very
Thank
special.
you. Kathy, is there anything else that we want to say before we leave the meeting, or?
There's Lois.
I think this is it. Because we had extra things we wanted to cover today, we're not going to do announcements or the chalice or anything. We'll go ahead and adjourn. But anyone that wants to hang around and just, chat for a little bit more, we'll keep the line open if you just feel like visiting a little bit more. But thank you for coming to Bonnie's celebration today, and thank you, Bonnie.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Lois.
Hi.
How
Hi.
are you? I miss you so much.
I miss being there. I've been trying to get down there, but travel's scary right now.
Too scary.
Yeah.
Influence so high. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's interesting we chose the same tune, huh? For our little song.
I know. When you started singing that, I was like, oh, somebody else had that thought too.
Lois, the flowers behind you, the sunflowers, just was a wonderful compliment to the sunflowers that were in the service of Bonnie's picture.
Really beautiful.
Good.
Just
Yeah, good.
Bonnie, we had a little different video than was shown. And we had nice messages from Hannah Matarazzi, and she's in the choir. And then I sent Annie and Terry sent their best. So we had others, but we just didn't get them onto the video.
Thank you.
I goofed and showed the old one instead of the current one. If you want to see the most current one, I'll show you that.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody yes now?
Yes.
Sure.
All right, give me a moment. Make sure
I just had a thought, Bonnie. I've always heard that music is the universal language. Well, in this century, you are the most articulate that I've listened to.
Well, maybe I'll run for office. How about that?
Have my vote.
I vote for Bonnie.
My campaign would be over in a day. I would say something wrong.
Ban fracking. Mark, I can send Bonnie the video.
But we want to see
it.
Nice.
Oh, it's the same video, but just the last couple of other people in it. It's up to you. It's up to you.
Can't find it.
Hey, Dawn, I was impressed with your ukulele playing.
Yeah.
I did my best. Thank you.
Very good. Very good.
I now have the current video for anyone who wants to see it whenever you want to see it, if you want to see it.
Thank you.
I want to see it.
That sounds like a yes.
Yeah, it sounds like a yes.
Do what?
Nancy, I like your wall, that nice brick wall.
Oh, you're mute, Nancy.
Nancy's muted, yeah. Wake up, Nancy.
There she
When
goes.
my daughter moved into this townhouse, they tore the sheetrock down to expose the old brick. It's an old row house in DC.
I love that.
And this is her guest room. This is a lap of luxury for me. I've got a private bathroom.
Yeah.
As compared to at my other daughter's house, where there's a lot more people because this daughter's single, and she has a brick wall in her downstairs too.
That's beautiful.
Very nice.
All right, ready for the video?
Yes.
Well, sort of again and sort of amended. Here we go.
Bonnie.
Yes.
I wanted you to know that your creativity, your sheer talent, and your keen ability to welcome all to make a joyful noise has made being in the choir, for me, one of the highlights of my week. And I truly miss it. You inspire and motivate. You draw the best from whoever shows up. And I really appreciated your loving kindness toward Bill as his memory declined. He always felt included and respected. The continuity of your musical ministry over the past 20 years continues to bless our spiritual community in so many new and different ways. For all of this, I am, and I know that everyone who hears you and is a part of this process is most grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, Allie.
Our body plays music for church. She's played for us, you use for 20 songs. Now we say thank you to her. Bonnie, Bonnie, sing this song to honor you. Bonnie, Bonnie, thank you.
Thank you, Bonnie. You're awesome.
Hi, Bonnie from Rochester, New York. Congratulations on your 20 years with Tarpon UU. As a fellow musician, I know what it takes to do what you do, and you are amazing. So glad that you are the music director, because that's one of the reasons that I really love to keep back every winter to UU of Tarpon. So congratulations, enjoy the day, and hope to see you soon.
Our Bonnie is always uplifting. She sings and plays beautifully. She's been the true constant of UU. We always will join her with glee. Thank you, thank you, thank you, dear Bonnie. We're grateful to you. Thank you, thank you. We really love you. This is Lois from Delaware. Sincerely, thank you.
Hello, Bonnie.
With apologies to Emma. So we say thank you for the music, the song we're singing. Thank you for the joy you're bringing. Who could live without it? We ask with honesty. What could life be without a song?
Bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the music, for bringing it to us.
Happy 20th. That's what you say. Happy 20th anniversary, Bonnie.
Thank you from Virginia.
Oh, here's Hannah. Oh, Hannah.
Thank you, Bonnie, for sharing your beautiful gift of music and leadership here at Tarpon UU. In the short time that I was in the choir before COVID hit, I really enjoyed learning from you and sharing the beautiful music that we sang in choir. Thank you for all the light that you bring to the world right now, because we certainly do live in a challenging time. Congratulations on your 20 years here at the church. I can't wait till we all get together and sing again. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Bonnie, I'm just one of many for whom joining the UU Church of Tarpon Springs was in no small part a result of your wonderful music and your wonderful gifts. So, I'm so grateful, grateful for you. Yes, I'm grateful to be a UU, and I'm grateful for the choir too. So I'm grateful, oh yes, grateful for you. Thank you, Bonnie.
Oh, Amy.